saw me do all these other things. He didn't do that. What did he say? He said, you give them something to eat. I know this might mess with your religion a little bit. It might mess with you a little bit because you're thinking, well, wait a minute. Jesus said, you give them something to eat. You mean I've been calling out to Jesus? I've been saying, Jesus, I need you to come rescue me. Jesus, come do this. Jesus, come do that. But Jesus said to the disciples, you give them something to eat. Why? Because what Jesus was doing is he was raising their faith level up to a place where they could begin to see themselves the same way that God saw them. And God is doing the same thing for you right now. You're here in this place today because God is speaking to you because you've been looking in the mirror and you've been seeing yourself the way you think about yourself. But what God wants to do is he wants you to see yourself the way he sees you. These three things will determine whether you become hero makers or zero makers. These three revelations will determine whether when people leave your presence that they feel like nothing, they feel like less than, they feel like I can't make it, they feel like, oh, wretched sinner man am I, or whether when they leave your presence that they begin to realize I am no longer a slave to sin, but I am a child of God. When they leave your presence, they'll begin to say, you know what, before I walked and talked to you, I felt like I wasn't going to make it, but right now I feel like there's something in me that says that I will overcome. Hero makers. We've had grandmothers and grandfathers that were hero makers. We've had people in our families that were hero makers that stood and they allowed the family to stand on their shoulders. And God is calling us today to be hero makers. Tell the person beside you, you are a hero maker.
You are a hero maker.
The revelation of what people say, the revelation of what you say, the revelation within what God says. These three things will determine whether you are a hero maker or not. And the first place that is going to happen, my brother, my sister, for those on this side, the first thing that's going to happen, the first place that's going to happen is not going to be in your school.